Hi everybody, Ryan here again. Today I bought this about 2 weeks ago. I bought a New Holland 56 wheel drive type rake here, pull type rake, hay rake for raking hay in the windrows for this summer once we start cutting hay, and also for straw too coming off of the rye or the wheat. So I've been looking for a rake for about 6 months now. They're kind of high as far as prices goes. The 56s and the 256 New Hollands are especially high. I mean, most of them are running anywhere on auction. I've seen them go from like $14 all the way up to almost $3,000. So I saw this this 56 come up for sale down here at Chalkers in Southington, Ohio, not too far, about 30 minutes from where I live. It's got a little rust on it, but it's in pretty decent shape other than what it looks like cosmetically. Missing some teeth. I just ordered a whole box of teeth. I get a box of like 25 teeth for this for $80 delivered, basically. So that's really the only thing that it needs. The problem that I had coming home, you know, you think you're gonna go, like I said, I bought it sight unseen. I was actually out in New Mexico, out in Roswell. When I was bidding on it online, I go use Proxy Bid or Equipment Facts, where you can bid on stuff online. And so I didn't look at it other than the pictures. You know, it is what it is. But so I went to pick this thing up, and and you would think just with a rake, you got two wheels, there ain't really much to go wrong. I didn't bring any tools or any jacks or any tire tools or anything with me, and I almost didn't make it. I lost one wheel and almost lost the other wheel, so the wheels were falling off of it coming home. And I went and got it by myself. So it seems like every time I buy something and I go and get it and I don't have my wife with me, you know, so I mean, you guys don't get the I guess all the drama and all the fun. You know, if I had somebody with me, I could have probably had, you know, because I'm in the middle of the road, I got a wheel falling off of the thing. I can't tape or video anything, so it would have been fun for you guys if I would have had somebody with me to be able to tape that. But just gonna kind of do a walk around, and I'm gonna show you what happened with the wheels. But these two knobs here are used to lift the carrier, or you know, the section that rakes. They're both pretty free, so that's nice. It rolls over. All the roll bars are tight on it. So other than the missing teeth, I mean, there's not really any major issues. But what the problem was with these rakes, and if you ever buy one, I think the 256 is probably the same, is that this PTO shaft hooks onto this little drive shaft here, or spindle, whatever you want to call it. It goes through both wheels. So I was driving down the road, and I know that I could swear this had a bolt in it, because I just got wired up right now, but it connects down here. And that's what drives this gearbox and turns the tines or the roll bars. So I was driving down the road. I got about 3 miles away from the place where I picked it up, and I noticed that this drive shaft was just hanging down here swinging. Now my first concern was this sliding out and falling down on the road and me losing half of the little PTO shaft there, which these are highly expensive. I mean, I had to buy a short shaft for my my 3-point fertilizer spreader, and it was like $250 for a little PTO shaft. So these are really expensive to lose. So that was my main concern. So I pulled over, like on a four-way. There was a road that wasn't very busy, so I just kind of pulled off there, and I ran out and looked at it. And this bolt wasn't there. This wheel was like it had walked all the way out to where it had like an inch left, and it would have fallen off, and the wheel would have went God knows where. So I figured this is going to take a little bit longer to deal with. So I backed in and pulled up and backed in this road. And as I was about to stop, the wheel finally fell off. And this thing, it's too heavy to lift by yourself. So I ended up getting my kind of some quick thinking. I got the jack for my pickup truck that's underneath the GM factory Jeep, the one you just had to turn. I didn't have the the rod to go in it, so I actually had to physically turn it. I had a couple people drive by, and then finally a lady stopped that lived down the road, and she offered, you know, if she could help any. And I said, you know, I don't really know what I could have you do. And then she's like, I can go get you a floor jack or something. So, and I was like, yeah, that would probably be a lot easier. So she went back and she grabbed me a floor jack, and I got it jacked up, put the wheel back on. And I had a bunch of snow in the back of the truck. I had a roll of this tie wire. So my first thought was to stick this PTO shaft back on and wrap a bunch of tie wire through it. So I did that. I thought I was going to be all right. I got down the road a little ways, and I looked back, and that shaft is swinging again. So there was a sawmill up the road, and they had a big wide driveway, so I was able to pull in there and get out of everybody's way and not have to worry about getting hit by somebody. Because I know if you guys are in the trucking like I am, you know that these people out here, like half of them, they got a one-track mind. They're going someplace. They do not care if you're on the side of the road. They're gonna fly by you and almost run you over, and that is how it is. So my first goal, I just wanted to get off the road. So I got in that sawmill parking lot, and was able to, I got that jack back out and jacked it up and got the wheel back. It hadn't fallen completely off, but it was almost there. So I did that, then I was like, what am I gonna do? I was like, I'm gonna have to call my wife or somebody come out here and take me to a hardware store because I can't go any farther. And I got up in the back of my truck bed and started digging around in the snow. And somehow, by the grace of God, I found this bolt, which is the exact size and length, basically what I needed. That was the only thing laying back there other than some other junk. But it happened, and this is also a nylock nut to even sweeten the deal. So I was able to use my little multi-tool, and was able to turn that down far enough to get it to tighten it down. So the other problem was, this is all kind of one system here. So since that loosened up, that was able to move in and out. It made this side able to move in and out. And over on this end, this had a cotter key in it. And I stopped up the road. I just wanted to check on everything, make sure that was okay. And so I pulled off. There's another little four-way up at Route 303. So I pulled off up there, got out of the way, and that cotter key was almost walking out. Like this wheel here was about, if I would have kept going, this wheel would have fallen off. So I had a little hairpin here laying in the floorboard of the truck, and I stuck it. I took a rock and knocked what was left of that cotter pin out, or key, and stuck this in here, and I wrapped a bunch of wire around it, and crossed my fingers and drove another couple miles, pulled off and checked it, and everything seemed to be okay, and we ended up getting it back home. So like I said, I bought a new rake, $700, and like I said, on the way home we almost lost the wheels. So but I'm gonna go through all this, clean it up, put the new teeth on it, and get the wheels, everything put back right the way it's supposed to be. So not a whole lot of money I got to put into it, and probably eventually paint it back the way it's supposed to be with these. These are supposed to be New Holland. The frame is supposed to be New Holland red, and the roll bars and all that are New Holland yellow. So we'll get it put back together, but not a bad unit. So I just wanted to share that and a story with you guys, because it seems like every time when I'm out by myself, it's like something. The last time I went down there, I took my little trailer down there to pick up, I think, those little field cultivators, and I got about halfway down there before I'd picked the piece of equipment up, and one of the tires blew on the thing, and I was like, I don't know what I didn't have anything with me then either, didn't have a spare tire for it, so I figured I'll drive back to Tractor Supply and I can buy a whole tire wheel assembly. I can just throw it on and buy a four-way and swap it out right there. And my luck, I get about like 2 miles from Tractor Supply, and there's a state trooper got somebody pulled over. I'm just driving by on a bare rim, and I was like, this guy, he's gonna come flying after me next and pull me over. But somehow I made it down there and got it changed out, and went down there and got my piece of equipment and came home, and everything was all right. So it's always when I'm by myself, something happens, so like that. But again, just wanted to share that with you guys. Kind of a funny little story, and like I said, a new piece of equipment here for the place, and for using it this summer. But like I said, I hope you all enjoyed that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, hit the bell for the updates. And I'll always be watching out for new videos. We're always doing the Landstar stuff, owner-operator trucking stuff, truck maintenance, farm equipment maintenance, tractors, all that type of stuff. And once it warms up and the snow stops and all that, we'll probably get into some more growing, farming type of stuff. So, but stay tuned for all that. Like I said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.